Dalia, and yo, this is so rad. I'm in the closet, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy. How's my impersonation of a stoner in the 2000s? I think it's not too bad. It's just the vibe that I get every time I think of Adult Swim. A stoner who skates probably, and it's 2002. Like, that's what comes to mind. But you know, like, cable TV is dying, and it feels like every network is aware of the fact that it's dying, so they just don't, do that much effort anymore. And there you have Adult Swim just, keeping up with the quality, just giving you the best television. Some streaming platforms can't even compete with how good Adult Swim is. Like, they just can't. It's so creative. It almost feels like a magazine. Like, the creative direction is so unique, and oh my god. So it's a love letter to Adult Swim that I'm writing today. I'm aware of the fact it's a niche that maybe my audience doesn't even know at all, but I don't care. I just love the network so much, and this is what this whole episode's about. It's just about my favorite shows and, things I like in particular about Adult Swim and this kind of like fresh thing they always have going on. I just love Adult Swim, and I have only positive things to say about it. So let's get started. The current president of Adult Swim is this guy who's named Michael Owling, and he looks exactly like, if I told you, draw what you think the president of Adult Swim would look like. He looks exactly like that. And you know what? Like, that's cool. I think what he's been doing for the channel, I think he's been like keeping up the traditions. Adult Swim has a bigger place than it used to, weirdly enough, because, TV is dying, and I'm not teaching you anything. Maybe some of you are like Gen Alpha and you're like, TV? What's that? Television? I'm unaware of what that is. Michael Owling has said that he's trying to reach out to a more like international market on Adult Swim. So hopefully, like, I'm talking about something that's not gonna die, but it's only gonna grow. They've been expanding with a lot of Toonami. They've always done Toonami, but they do a lot more like quality anime and original anime than they used to. So it's really exciting. I'm gonna tell you how it all started for me. I was young. I was very young, a little too young actually to watch Adult Swim. There's this thing here in Canada where like they will rate shows on like who can watch them, and every time the show starts there'll be a little thing on the screen. And I think actually this might exist in the US as well, but I'm not that familiar with it. But it would be ranked by ages. So like you watch a show and I'll say like eight and above can watch this show. So I remember The Simpsons, I couldn't watch for a while because it was 8 and above, and my parents didn't want me to watch it. So once I was 8, I was so excited and I could watch The Simpsons. There were also some shows that were 13 or 14 plus, I think it's 14. And there was this one show that was 18 plus. Like, oh my god, like that's for adult. Like, alcohol is 18. Driving is 18, and so is this show. So what is this show, you may ask? Well, it is Robot Chicken. I think this show is so underrated. I think you probably have heard of it. You probably have seen clips on YouTube. Maybe the like Bratz, I Know What You Did Last Summer, or maybe something with Strawberry Shortcake. I don't know, but you've certainly seen clips pass by. It's an iconic Adult Swim show. And I remember my sister and I, we pulled an all-nighter, our first ever all-nighter, just to watch Robot Chicken. Once I was of age, and like I did have a time in my life where I did not care for TV at all. And now it's like more recently I've gotten back into TV, and Adult Swim just kind of like opened its arms up for me. One show I will maybe skip if it comes on is American Dad / Family Guy, because these shows are so similar. Like, I don't know how I feel about like separating them, but I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion, but I think American Dad is much better than Family Guy. I don't know, maybe everyone thinks that and it's not special, and maybe people are like, that is like critically wrong, like you need help. I do think Family Guy has like a very memeable quality to it. I saw this video recently that I thought was just brilliant, because there's like all these memes on Stan's Twitter from Family Guy. It insists and this guy like made this video about like, Family Guy, why it's so important in meme culture and on the internet in general. So I guess go check it out. I can like link it somewhere. I don't know where it is, but I'll put the the video right here. It's an amazing video. But if I'm like sitting down to watch TV and Family Guy comes on, I'm not necessarily the hypest, honestly. However, I do really like American Dad. So American Dad, I'm tuning in like I am. And I love the theme songs for both of these. Good Morning USA. I love a good theme song. Adult Swim loves a good theme song. They will not disappoint you. They will not. You will sit down and listen to, you know, It Seems Today that all you see. And obviously like Roger, this drag alien, is just such an iconic character. Like you just want to sit down and watch it. You just do. And another one I will never skip is Bob's Burgers. I love this show so much. I think people in general think it's like a comfort show. I even have like an ebook of like all the recipes, like all the burger recipes they have. So Bob's Burgers is about this family who's running a burger joint, but they're really struggling like financially. And they have like these super eccentric, you know, characters. The best character is Linda, the mother. She's amazing and unpredictable.
Sorry we're late. Bob had diarrhea. Running down the gutter with the piece of bread and butter. Diarrhea.
Lynn! I love you, Mom.
And you have Tina, who's like this really horny teenager. She's awesome. She's so likable. She's a great Halloween costume, by the way. And you have these two other kids, Jean and Louise, just crazy, always doing some crazy ass shit, always having these weird side plots. I'm obsessed with them. So it's a fun show. Like every storyline you follow is fun. If you've never seen an episode of Bob's Burgers, do it right now. I can tell you which episode to start with. It's like, I'll find the title. It's about like when they get like vegan documentarists to come into the restaurant and they're like, we're giving you a cow so you can see what you're killing for meat every day. This cow that they have to like bring into their home, and she has this blonde wig. Like she's so cunt. She's so cunt. And like, obviously the cow like goes up the stairs and she can't go back down anymore, and there's this whole struggle. It's a very simple episode, but like you just have to watch it. I think it's a good start. Okay, so I guess now I'll get more into like news, things that are actually really, really fresh in Adult Swim. There's this show that's currently running that's called Uzumaki. It might sound familiar to you. Uzumaki means spiral in Japanese. It's a manga by Junji Ito that's called Uzumaki, about like this spiral consuming people. And it's like an awesome manga, horror manga that I think came out in the early 2000s. And they had been saying for like a decade now that they were working on like an anime version of that manga, Uzumaki. It's premiering on Adult Swim. Uzumaki. Brilliant show. Like, oh my god. It's stunning. It's essentially like body horror, but it's about like this village being consumed by the spiral. I really have to catch up on like the latest episode, but the few like episodes I've already seen are insane. Like, oh my god, what a beautifully made show. It's all in black and white to respect Junji Ito's vision. It's just perfect. It's perfect. And it really like shows you like how much Adult Swim really like, you know, respects artistry, and like they don't just do like funny animation, haha, like poop joke, fart jokes, like Rick and Morty. Like, no, I think that's something I used to think, that like Adult Swim was all like Rick and Morty, fart, Family Guy, whatever. But it's so much more than that, and shows like Uzumaki really show you that Adult Swim has like a distinct creative vision, and that they're here to save cable TV when no one else wants to. So I urge you to watch the show if you have Adult Swim, and if you don't, get Adult Swim right now and go watch Uzumaki, because that show is crazy. That show is crazy good. And kind of on the same wavelength of Uzumaki and how it's not like a traditional Adult Swim goofy show, I think I really wanted to mention Joe Pera Talks With You. The show has been canceled for a while now, but it's, oh wow, it's an amazing, pure show. It's about, you know, a philosophy of finding the big things in the small ones, and Joe Pera is just such an insane character that you just get so attached to, and his friendships, like his best friend is a couch salesman, a retired couch salesman who loves his wife dearly, and they have like butter burgers together. I don't know. I just love that show.
Hello, my name is Joe Pera, and did the thunder wake you too? Or was it something else? Perhaps you're nervous about starting something new. A new job, a new baby, a new pair of dress shoes you're stressed about breaking in. Maybe you're waiting for the cast list to go up. Or perhaps your debut album is coming out tomorrow, and you're worried that people will say you're ripping off Bruce Springsteen.
My name is Joe Pera. I built this bean arc because I was hoping that summer comes around and I could make some bean soup. Because if there's one thing this guy's voice can do, is put you to sleep. Like there's this video on YouTube, you can just go watch it, you will fall asleep instantly, no matter if it's 6 a.m. or 2 p.m. and you've had 3 coffees, you will sleep. You know, there are these like classic Adult Swim shows in the sense that, like, you know, Rick and Morty, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, like the space ghost thing, like he's in space, I don't remember the name of it. Like, these are classic Adult Swim shows, like they're kind of like what you imagine. But you know, like these other shows I think already have so much love from the fan base, but they don't, it's like they're not as known for some reason. So I wanted to talk about them. I think Adult Swim has so much to offer in an era where no one cares about TV anymore. It feels a shame to like ignore it. And I also want you to know that you don't have to be like a fedora wearing incel to like Adult Swim. You really don't. It's a network that's gotten a lot more inclusive in the shows they present, and like just ignore the whole like Rick and Morty fan base thing. And I know exactly what you're imagining, and you know what, Rick and Morty is good. I just think the fan base sometimes can feel a little intoxicating. It's like, I'm sorry, I do not find Pickle Rick that funny, and I don't want to buy merch. I just like the show. Like, let me chill. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think Adult Swim has a lot more to offer than like the surface level. And I think people do capture the essence, you know, of their commercials that are so mythical, and their April Fool's jokes. Like, people do understand the essence, because there was this trend on TikTok back then of, you know, Adult Swim and the little like logo, and people would make like these little witty jokes and stuff. And there was like, the song "Running Away is Easy." Like, people got it. Like, people understand. Running away is easy. It's the living top. Running away is easy. It's the living top. Unfortunately, the more we advance in time and the less people watch TV, the less cultural relevance Adult Swim is gonna have, and that's really unfortunate, because it's a show that's aimed for young adults. It's a network, that's aimed for young adults, and that offers creative on creative on creative ideas. I'm never like disappointed by the lack of creativity. Like, you can complain about other things, but it's never not creative over at Adult Swim. So I'm gonna get to closet picks, because I want to talk to you about today's costume. If you're not an Adult Swim fan, you probably did not get it at all. And if you are, maybe you didn't get it either, because it's not like super well made either. But it's inspired by like the latest show I've seen, which is called Teenage Euthanasia. I hope it's gonna be renewed for a 3rd season. But yeah, it's like this show about this zombie mom who's all over the place, and her name is Trophy Fantasy. So I'm channeling Trophy Fantasy today. I'm just not gray enough. But I did the blue tongue. Like, I really did some effort with that, but I couldn't get myself gray enough. Like, obviously you can see I look paler, but I didn't do it all that well. So yeah, I'm just kind of giving like, I don't know, like Jennifer Coolidge sorta, but I don't mind, you know. And I'm really like, I paid a lot, like I paid like $20 for this wig, so I'm really like using it up. Like, you've seen it probably in the bimbo video already, because, you know, I don't think blondes have more fun, but maybe it's because it's the synthetic hair. I don't know, it's not that comfortable. But you definitely will not see me dye my hair anytime soon, because I look horrid. Teenage Euthanasia, I just think, has a lot of merit, because it's like these few shows on Adult Swim that are like women powered, in the sense that like the women are the funny ones in the show, or they're like the leaders of the show, which it's kind of harsh to say, but it's not true for most of these shows. Maria Bamford, I hope I'm saying this correctly, voices Trophy Fantasy, and I'm just obsessed with her voice acting, because I'm so used to like Maria Bamford being like a really like cute little high-pitched voice, and then like she's as Trophy Fantasy, she's like, oh yeah, it's like in the intro song, she's like, and it's looking now like maybe I can stay. Was that any good? Oh my god, that intro, never skipped it once, just amazing. So yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. I just really like to say when things are like trailblazing and cool. Adult Swim is cool. Like, that's just something like nobody wants to talk about. It's so cool, you know? And I love cool shit. And Adult Swim is cool. It's cool, my guy. It's cool. I don't usually say this, but please subscribe. Because I'm 4 subscribers away from hitting 600. Like, that's insane. If exactly 70 people subscribe as of today, I'm gonna get 666 subscribers. And I need this energy. Maybe I need the Illuminati and the devil on my side. Maybe that's all that's been missing in my life. Just putting that out there.
The number 6, short top, long tail. Short top, long tail. You could have here in Hebrew 666 on the can.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna remove this wig right now. Actually, you know what? I told myself I was gonna do it on camera to show you what's under a wig. Should I do it? No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't do it. No, I shouldn't. Should I do it? I know I shouldn't. Why? That would just be humiliating, and yeah, no, I shouldn't do that. There's no purpose to doing that. I'm gonna do it. Oh no. It's so much worse than I thought it would be because I like put a lot of like makeup on my scalp. It's terrifying. And I have a forehead all of a sudden. Okay, well, I'm gonna go back in. See ya. See you later. See you next week. Whenever you want to come by, I'll be right there, just waiting for you. I'll just be waiting for you. See ya.